My husband cheated on me with my best friend. He also gaslit me. Money isn't everything. Airhead. All you do is shop. My dear girlfriend said, big deal. You're rich. Who wants a divorcee? In the blink of an eye, I snagged a college guy. Sorry. Money is a big deal. Tired of playing the airhead? Let me show you what a final level boss looks like. Before we go on, smash subscribe and drop a comment telling us where you're listening. Ever since Wyatt and I picked up our marriage certificate a month ago, he's been coming home late, always waving the excuse that the company keeps him slammed. Maybe he really does think I'm an airhead and he's over me. Tonight he staggered and drunk again and collapsed on the bed. On his shirt I caught an unfamiliar scent, perfume. Unmistakably a woman's. Probably rubbed off while he was closing some deal. I told myself. I crawled onto the mattress in the dark and hugged him from behind. You haven't talked to me in ages. Are you super busy? He stayed motionless, answering like it was nothing. Don't ignore me. When are we holding the wedding? I nudged him. Wyatt said this was the make or break stretch for his career. Once he'd really made it, he could stand tall in front of my father. Then he'd give me a once-in-a-lifetime ceremony. I'd pushed his buttons. Irritated, he flung his left arm and rolled me right off the bed. Seriously, an elbow drop. If you can't love me, at least don't hurt me. Wyatt left for work at dawn while I was still asleep. By the time he came back I was out on another shopping sweep. My bestie Tara always gushes that I'm living a charmed life. Born with a silver spoon. True. The day I was born Dad struck it big and turned nouveau riche. He swears I'm his lucky star, so he spoils me even more. Now I've bagged the perfect husband on top of it. Sure, Wyatt's already CEO of a listed company. Handsome, gentle, otherwise I wouldn't have pined for him so long. My only job is to stay sparkly and happy. In most people's eyes, I'm a natural-born winner, but heaven loves a test. On Wyatt's birthday I called and begged him to come home early. I'd set up a romantic candlelit dinner. He promised. By 11 the dishes were cold and the birthday cake had turned to soup. He still hadn't walked through the door. Any other night I'd have crashed hours earlier. Wyatt loves calling me his heartless little rag doll. Makes me want to puke. The instant the clock hit 11:30, I grabbed the melted cake and headed to his office. For convenience, he'd had a hidden lounge installed beside his desk. Outside the door I heard unmistakable, X-rated noises. I froze, yet I didn't feel a shred of heartbreak. Honestly, I was relieved. Deep down I guess I never wanted to stay with Wyatt. The disgusting sounds spun me around to leave. WY? How could you marry a woman like Serena? I'm dying here. That voice set my blood on fire again. It belonged to my dear best friend, Tara. So Wyatt has a thing for casual flings. Why didn't he say so sooner? And now I'm the one tagged divorcee. Good girl. I'm here to comfort you. What I want is the entire Vance family. Big words. He wants the whole Vance empire. I could hand it over and he still wouldn't have the guts to grab it. I've never had much fight in me. I'm a born slacker. In everyone's eyes, I'm pure airhead. Nothing has ever forced me to use my brain. Now, finally, I've got a game worth playing. I practically skipped out. Giddy. I even left the collapsed cake outside the door. Back home I curled up on the sofa with fried chicken, potato chips, and spicy chili. All the junk Wyatt bans, claiming they're garbage. If your girlfriends see you they'll think, so this is how a nouveau riche kid eats? No wonder they look down on you. How will you survive that circle? His earnest lecture plus that faux concerned face crack me up now that I replay it. Come to think of it, someone else fed me the same line. Tara. Flies sure love to swarm the same pile. Only question left. When did those two hook up? I was deep in that thought when my phone lit up. Wyatt calling. Miracle. This was his first ring since we got the license. Before the wedding he never missed his 3 daily calls. Seriously, you two can't even keep your pants on. Such lightweight drama, I almost feel bad bringing my A game. Babe, did you come to the office? He must have spotted the cake. Panic coated his voice. After all, he still needs Dad to keep his seat at the table. Nope. What's up? You sound twitchy. Honey, the word babe, coming from his mutt mouth, turns my stomach. I bet honey tastes just as sour to him. No, I'm not twitchy. Keep denying. Your fluster is adorable. Come home early. I'll wait. He must have found the note I stuck in the frosting. If you drink from the sewer, don't complain it stinks. WY. Only Tara calls him WY. Wyatt still didn't show. He texted that the company was swamped and I should sleep. I didn't sleep either. I spent the night plotting how to keep them apart for good and make the world revile them both. Right now Wyatt leans on my family, so he won't expose himself easily. Tara's the easier loose thread. After their all-nighter, they definitely won't wake at dawn, so at 4:30 a.m., I rang Tara. Tara, I've got a brunch pop-up this morning. Come, let's pass today. I was up late. She normally hints non-stop for me to drag her, where the socialites sparkle, to mingle with the real it girls. Oh, shame. Shannon might swing by. I deliberately dropped the name of Beverly Hills old money goddess, someone I can barely access, let alone small-town Tara. Vanity bit. She caved instantly. The gathering was well underway when Tara finally floated in, sporting a brand new Louis Vuitton. Why did that bag catch my eye? Because I'm carrying the exact same limited edition today. No one greeted her. She used to arrive on my arm, showing up solo and late. She drew nothing but side-eye. I wanted her here so she could finally see her own reflection. Minus me. How does she crash this universe? Tara, you made it. Rough night. She looks wrecked. Guess last night was cardio heavy. Sweetie. Getting service daily? Tara's got stamina, Vanessa drawled. Vanessa heads today's guest list. And roasting Tara is her favorite appetizer. I used to run defense. Today I sip my cappuccino and watch. Tara really was a piece of work. She swung the spotlight onto me without missing a beat. All the while she cooed over the dark circles under my eyes and tried to touch them. I slapped her hand away on instinct. It wasn't about germs. Nothing had happened between Wyatt and me. I've just run into a little snake lately, I said, grinning, thinking of ways to flush her out. My joke landed while I kept my gaze pinned on Tara. She squirmed under the stare. Serena, that bag is limited edition. Right. My shopper swears it's sold out coast to coast. I caught the flicker of Tara shoving the purse behind her back. Back in the days when only handbags were invited, Tara told everyone Serena showed up with a canvas tote. So Tara had to stand in for you. Now you can finally come yourself. News to me. Absolutely. I'd rather skip these gatherings. But if it queased Tara out, I was all in. Tara must have sensed the chill. She leaned in. Syrupy sweet. Serena, what's wrong? You seem down. Not at all. I'm flying. Truly. I ditched 2 parasites in one go. My fried chicken and fries arrived. Vanessa, try these. Life-changing. Tara pinched her nose. Serena, how could you serve junk like this? Don't eat. Don't talk. You wouldn't know happy calories if they bit you. That was Vanessa herself speaking. After I'd introduced her to fast food, she'd gone on a week-long bender. Her family had had a private chef since her grandfather's day. She'd never touched the stuff. Tara, perched on a higher branch already. Please. I've had you clocked since day one. I only tolerated you for Serena's sake. I opened my mouth to play the pretend peacemaker. Serena, stay out of it. Today I'm airing the laundry. You know exactly what you are. Need me to spell it out? And don't think I missed that knockoff on your shoulder. How dare you carry a fake in front of us? Serena, stop bringing her. She's an eyesore. Vanessa's machine gun monologue squeezed a few tears from Tara. I patted her shoulder in fake comfort, laughing harder inside than anyone. I'd buy Vanessa an even pricier purse next week. Just as Tara was slinking off, Shannon actually walked in. Shannon. Finally, Vanessa and Shannon had been roommates abroad. This is Serena, seriously fun gorgeousness. Vanessa tugged me over for introductions. Shannon looked like she already knew me, looping an arm around my shoulders in delight. So you're Serena. That boy's got better taste than I thought. Waiter, get your manager out here. No one answered. Shannon pivoted, pointed at Tara, hovering by the door. I'm talking to you. I snorted. Couldn't help it. Tara forgot every inch of her cultivated image and bolted sobbing. Poetic justice. After that public roast, Tara must have felt humiliated. She stayed AWOL for weeks. Instead, Wyatt started buttering me up. Probably sick of Tara's cling. He raced home after work every night. I told Dad that if Wyatt stepped out of line I wanted a divorce. Dad said we all knew what Wyatt was these days and advised me to cool my temper. In short, Dad had chosen Wyatt's side. For the first time in my life I tasted defeat. My own family, digging in for an outsider. Lately Wyatt cooked dinner himself. I still served frosty silence. Wasn't a pampered princess allowed a tantrum. Before, he'd have gaslit me. Your parents raised you, think of them. Let's keep our problems between us. You've never worked since graduation. I'm the provider. Consider my burdens. I used to nod just to shut him up, and he decided I was an easy remote. If Dad could climb from nouveau riche to mogul, his daughter wasn't plush toy material. Yet some people still buy my act. Aren't you snowed under at the company? Busy. But my wife comes first. He moved in for a hug. I couldn't bear it. Felt life-shortening. My gaze slid to the purse on the wardrobe's top shelf. Untouched for months. An idea sparked. Honey, Tara hasn't texted. She must still be sulking about the party. But my friend meant no harm. I forced myself to curl around his arm. Why don't I gift her a bag to smooth things over? You deliver it. You two are close. After all, I stressed the clothes. He missed the jab, but they really were thick. I'd met Tara through him. She was his hometown junior who'd come to Los Angeles to chase dreams. Because of Wyatt, I'd rolled out the red carpet and reared a wolf. She had a younger brother the family worshipped while treating her like dust. Escaping that house, she swore she'd carve her own sky. I admired the guts, let her live in my house, eat my food. If my brother gave me a limited edition, I bought her a twin. I even pulled strings and parked her in a top firm, never told her. She didn't disappoint. She thrived. Aside from a vanity streak, she seemed harmless. I still don't know when she and Wyatt crawled into the same bed. Next day Tara invited us out, apologizing for vanishing without a word. Looks like she'd crawl through fire to stay in this circle. She even handed Vanessa a new purse. Not a knockoff this time. My jaw nearly hit the floor. That bag looks awfully familiar. It's a classic. It means the bag and I were destined to meet, Tara blathered. Blind to the crater ahead. Didn't I give that exact one to Serena? Vanessa muttered. She flipped the leather lining, monogrammed SV. Mortification max. How could? This was a gift. Tara yanked the bag, cheeks cycling through green and scarlet. It was mine all right. I never thought Wyatt would claim he'd bought it. Classic Wyatt. While we dated he sobbed poverty and never gave me a real present. If he hadn't once pulled me from the surf I'd never have stayed. Yet he charmed my parents into thinking he was the natural-born son, which fast-tracked our marriage. And now Tara had recycled my purse to Vanessa. The script was golden. Tara, how did my bag end up with you? I widened my eyes in mock shock. You wouldn't steal. Maybe someone lifted it and it landed in your hands? I even tossed her a rope ladder. Tara's face flashed traffic light colors. Yeah, it was given to me. Serena, since it's yours, you should take it back. Tara put on her pitiful act again. This is evidence. How could our Serena ever touch it again? Vanessa tossed the bag straight into the fireplace. The roaring flames devoured Tara's pride. She glared at me. Vicious. What exactly does she hate me for? She stole everything that was mine, yet still blames me. Tara, right. I despise liars. Don't bother showing your face again. I have that much pull. Shannon had watched the entire farce before finally speaking. Translation. Tara was blacklisted for life. I won't let any of you get away with this. Tara dropped the act. She was unhinged. I reached to pull her back. Serena, don't move. You're pregnant. Be careful. Tara latched on to the key word. You're pregnant? I nodded, feigning innocence. Wyatt came home that evening and hugged me. I automatically ignored the scratches on his cheek, Tara's handiwork. No doubt. Why didn't you tell me you were pregnant? Because I'm not pregnant at all. This lie would panic Tara and keep Wyatt's hands off me. Honey, I didn't mean to hide it. I just felt you'd been distant, like you stopped loving me. If you don't love me anymore, I'll end the pregnancy. I'll handle Mom. I had to admire my own acting. Tears streaming down my face. Don't talk nonsense. I don't know whether Wyatt loves me, but I know he loves the idea of this child. The baby secures his place in the Vance family. Because of the pregnancy, Wyatt and I started sleeping in separate rooms. Finally, no more performances after dark. From that day on, Wyatt came home on time every night. It felt like the months before we married. Then he took a call and rushed out. Don't cry. I'm on my way. The first time I'd ever seen panic on his face. He left me alone in the living room without a second glance. I never intended to use the baby to chain him. The charade only clarified who he really is. That night Tara sent me 2 photos. 1, Tara holding a positive test strip. 2, Wyatt peeling an apple in a private ward. Already cracking under pressure. Good. Let the real game begin. I forwarded the shots to Wyatt immediately. I simply told him I knew he'd cheated. I'd given Tara a chance, but she'd been stupid enough to get pregnant by him. My phone rang 3 times. I ignored it. On the 10th call I picked up. Serena, listen, it's not what you think. Tara's pregnant by her ex, but the guy won't own it. You know she has no one here but me. I believe you. Then Tara called. Sis Serena, you've misunderstood. I only wanted you to know I'm pregnant. WI's just helping. Got it. In their eyes, I'm hopelessly gullible. I thought they'd have backbone, confess, and fight back. Turns out they're both cowards. Trying to atone. Wyatt suggested a second honeymoon. I agreed. It wasn't my money. I just didn't expect to run into Shannon. The man beside her looked familiar. This is my little brother Jasper, still in college. No wonder, Shannon's brother. Jasper had movie star looks. 10 times hotter than Wyatt. I stared so hard I missed the storm brewing on Wyatt's face. Let's go. Eyes back in your head. Want to join us? Jasper caught my other hand. Sure, the more the merrier. I shot Jasper a grateful look, anything to dilute the awkwardness with Wyatt. Jasper rented several sets of surf gear. How did he know I loved surfing? I ran over. Thrilled. It's dangerous. Think of the baby. Baby, you're pregnant? Jasper studied my stomach. Thoughtful. Almost disappointed. Scared he'd spot the lie. I hurriedly said, Yep. You guys have fun. Jasper's sunny smile snapped back. Such an open, gorgeous guy. No problem. My doctor banned heavy activity anyway. I'll keep you company. My wife. My responsibility. Wyatt yanked me to his side, Now I'm your wife. You're hurting me. I wriggled free. Perfect. Wyatt, I'll teach you. Jasper, stay with Serena. Shannon ignored his protests and dragged him off. I exhaled in relief, sweet silence. You seem kind of allergic to your husband. He knocked up his mistress. Of course I'm allergic. Nope, nothing like that. No, mustn't expose the plan. Jasper chuckled softly. Studies show 3 rapid denials mean, oh, I'm the exception. No aloof air vibe from Jasper, just sunshine. I couldn't help leaning in. If I weren't married, I might go for you. I joked to lighten the mood. Wyatt and Shannon returned. Honey, come here. Noting my warmer tone, Wyatt sprinted over. Click, silhouette of us against the sunset. Posted to Instagram. Comments overflowed with heart emojis. Once I saw Tara's double tap, I switched the post to only me. After my shower, I headed to the restaurant. Tara was arguing with Wyatt over the phone. That piece of trash still had her scrambling. I sat down to a strawberry sundae. Since the pregnancy, Wyatt policed my diet. Know this. Know that. You're not sharing Wyatt's room? I'm pregnant. I sleep better alone. Lies now slide off my tongue. Pregnant women aren't supposed to eat ice. Jasper casually confiscated my spoon and kept eating, unconcerned that I'd already used it. So this is how old money kids can be, down to earth. Upshot of that call, Tara flew here herself. From then on the resort staged weird tableaus nightly. Wyatt seated beside Tara, deboning her fish. Jasper and I side by side, him blowing on my food before setting it in my bowl. Jasper grumbled plenty about Wyatt's doting act. That night I watched Wyatt teach Tara to swim. Picture perfect expectant dad. I walked to the beach alone to light sparklers. Jasper appeared beside me. Just so you know, that girl's his mistress. You don't have to comfort me. I'm not sad. It was doomed from the start. I don't know why I told Jasper, but I trust him. Figured as much. You're really okay with this? He sounded irritated at my passivity. I just want to play it slow. End it too fast and the fun's over. As expected of you, Serena. Jasper's face said, I knew you had it in you. Don't act like you've known me forever. Jasper and I celebrated my 24th birthday on the beach. Tara had flown back the day before we did. On the ride home, Jasper and I sat side by side. Wyatt didn't like it. He came over and planted himself next to me. I'm your husband. Oh, you remember that. I thought you belonged to that other woman. Jasper fired the comeback for me. I pretended to sleep. I had zero interest in acknowledging this maggot. Dad's 60th was coming up. Wyatt's big moment to cash in. For now, he didn't dare make a move on Tara, but Tara was watching him like a hawk. One day he asked me, Serena, if I ever did something unforgivable, would you forgive me? No, I didn't hesitate. Was he actually thinking of dumping Tara? Was he even a man? On the night of the party, Wyatt presented Dad with a rare mahogany carving worth millions. I hadn't realized his net worth had climbed that high. He'd bled serious money for this. Dad's esteem for him shot up. Wyatt, you'd better not let my Serena down, or the consequences. Dad had graduated from nouveau riche to shrewd tycoon. Tara lost the baby. That was Wyatt's brilliant plan for not letting me down. Tara came to me. You're the only person I can count on in this city. She'd probably said the exact same thing to Wyatt. He's scum. He hounded me until our child was gone, but he told me I was the one he loves most. I walked away from a Fortune 500 offer to be his assistant, so it had started way back then. Serena, I really envy you. She talked and talked that day, never once saying that he was Wyatt. I didn't let her stay. I wasn't going to play nursemaid to her a second time. A year ago, when she'd attempted suicide, I'd already done that, stayed up nights, cursed the bastard with her. Turns out they'd been together even earlier than that. Tara, I know exactly who Ahia is, so don't expect comfort from me. What are you even fighting me for? Nothing you've snatched is something I actually want. You? She stared, stunned, surprised. Am I not the airhead you thought you knew? Tara, using your brain every single day is exhausting. Oh, by the way, Wyatt won't have time for you for a while. His mother was dying. Since her diagnosis, I'd been the one nursing her, flying in specialists. I'd paid millions in hospital bills. While I did all that, Wyatt was in your bed. He never even noticed the attending physician was my brother. If he'd once bothered to help, he'd have seen a Seth on the chart. But Seth is abroad right now. He can't save her. So what now? Serena, please, get your brother to save my mom. Wyatt, it's not that I won't. He literally can't get back in time. Besides, people need to pay for their mistakes. Tara must have told him I knew about their affair. I'll change. I'm begging you, Serena. He dropped to his knees. The only surgeon who could pull his mother through in time was my brother. I dropped the doe-eyed airhead mask, eyes rimmed red. I stared him down and flung a folder at his chest. Sign these. He signed and stamped every page. I took took 7% of his company's equity stake. Relax, honey. I was just messing with you. Your brother isn't out of the country, and your mom is stable. Lighten up. Hubby, it was a joke. For a second I scared myself, but he was the one who picked the fight. With those 7%, I'm now equal to Wyatt. I don't want a single point more. I want to crush him myself. Airhead, those shares won't help you. They'll still land in my pocket in the end. His exact words. Years together and he still doesn't know me. Never even tried. First day on the job I saw Tara still glued to his side. So she hadn't resigned. My speech had been wasted. I'd underestimated Wyatt's hunger. Half the old guard backs him. They barely acknowledge Dad, let alone me. For more than a month we're deadlocked. Then an elder throws down the gauntlet. Whoever bags the biggest brand ambassadorship wins the board. You've got game after all, Serena. Finally, he sees me as a rival. Lowest cost, highest impact, that's the mission. Word is Wyatt's courting an A-list actress. Turns out his showbiz network runs deep. The starlet's image matches the product. And she's billing it as a pro bono campaign, 0 fee. Wyatt clearly has chops. One name flashes in my mind, Jasper. Not a celebrity, but his online clout is off the charts. Will you help me? Yes, even if I'm just using you? Even then, I must have rescued Jasper in another life. This is war. Take no prisoners. Serena, let's stop fighting and just live our lives. He actually has the nerve. You lost the right to say that. Wyatt, you lied to me for 4 years. I don't care who he sleeps with. I care that he claimed he was the one who saved me. The scar on my wrist was supposed proof. But Tara let it slip. The day I almost died, Wyatt spent every hour with her. So it wasn't him. 4 years ago. Suicidal. I walked to a deserted pier in Malibu at dawn. My body climbed the railing on autopilot. I felt weightless, reaching for the clouds. When I came to, I was dangling above the ocean, wrist on fire. A guy in a helmet had my hand in a death grip. His own palm shredded on the rail, but he wouldn't let go. When the cops hauled me up, I saw his bloody wrist, my rescuer. I turned Los Angeles inside out looking for him. Months later, in the college cafeteria, I spotted a part-timer with that same scar. At first, he denied it, as if he'd forgotten. When I said I was Serena from Fine Arts, memory clicked. After that, we were inevitable. Married 1 year after graduation. Looking back, the moment Wyatt heard my name, he must have mapped out a 10-year plan, with the whole school whispering, art major Serena, rich, dumb, easy, who wouldn't? That same semester I met Tara, always telling me she envied me. I'd wanted to die. What on earth did she envy? Art major. Yet my hand couldn't hold a brush, nerve damage. I had money, but the house felt like a morgue. So I tried to buy happiness. I'd pinned every last hope on painting, then my hand went useless. My dearest big brother gave up the music he loved and went to medical school for me. I'd often catch him late at night, hunched over his textbooks, mumbling mnemonics to himself. That same year, Mom died in an accident, and Dad couldn't wait for her to be gone. That way he could marry a cultivated wife instead. Yet he used to promise Mom that once we were grown, the two of them would see the world together. Liars, every single one. From that day on I got dumber and dumber. Almost nothing, and no one, could sober me up. In that sense I guess I should thank Wyatt. I quit fighting Wyatt. I was running on empty. He was stronger than I'd thought. I couldn't beat him. I blocked Jasper on WhatsApp. He was only ever a pawn. No need to keep him in my head. I went back to my old routine of drifting through boutiques all day. Wyatt forced me to hand over that 7% equity. I had no choice. He kicked me off the board. Tara started dropping by to a visit, flashing her latest limited edition bag. Her rock-sized diamond. She'd finally clawed her way to socialite status, endless galas every night. Wyatt put me under house arrest. His eyes trailed me wherever I went. 3 months later, he was back. Oh, forgot one thing. The baby. Remembering only now. Bit late, don't you think? Wyatt, you're hilarious. The pregnancy was fake. Of course. Wyatt hadn't expected me to joke about the baby. He strode over and clenched my throat. How dare you? Why wouldn't I dare? You can make Tara miscarry on a whim, but I can't tell a little lie. You're raving. Poor Tara still believes it was just an accident. Whether I'm raving, you know best. So what if I did? She's still writhing under me. Women are just baby-making furniture. They're all the same. Serena, you think you're special? I induced Tara's miscarriage because your father forced me. Your family drove me to it. At last he admitted he'd caused Tara's miscarriage. You're nothing but a gold-digging phoenix. How many people at Vance actually respect you? Everyone knows you climbed up on a woman's back. I knew I was poking the bear, and I aimed for every sore spot. I hit every nerve. Oh, one more thing. If it weren't for my family, your mother would be long dead. Instead of gratitude you want the entire Vance fortune? How proud would mommy be? Your mother would rather die than claim a son like you. His mother is his Achilles heel. His father walked out on on them when he was small. She sold her body to survive, put him through college. Yet he loathes her, sees her as the shame of his life, swears he'll never be like her. Still, he can't stomach the thought of disappointing her. Predictably, Wyatt snapped, eyes bloodshot. He throttled me with all his strength. By the time Dad barged in, I was almost gone. Wyatt spent a few nights in county lockup for negligent assault. During those days, I told my father everything. I failed you, sweetheart. I'll make it right. Dad wept, the first time I'd ever seen him break down. I know he loves me. He's always given me the best. My stepmother never mistreated me either. She actually treads carefully because she thinks she needs my approval to stay in this house. But Mom died with regrets. With her last breath, she was still muttering about the world tour Dad had promised. If he'd lied to her a little less while she was alive, maybe she could have died in peace. Jasper came to the hospital. I chased him out. What's the point of hanging around? Want to be my boy toy? The one thing I hate most in this life is a homewrecker. Take care. Seriously, you're just adding to my headache. I don't know why I drove him away. I just didn't want him to see me like that. Wyatt walked free the moment bail was posted. No other penalty. The day he got out, Dad had him jumped by a few guys. Right, almost forgot. Before he became nouveau riche, Dad ran with gangs. Mom talked him into going straight. I think Wyatt's broken. We're this far gone and he still won't divorce me. Instead, he insists on holding the wedding. Once you're divorced, no one will marry a second-hand woman. I'm doing this for your own good. Even now he keeps up the act. Keeps gaslighting me. Because he's sure I'll never beat him. Wyatt threw me a once-in-a-lifetime wedding that no guest will ever forget. Our groom began reading his vows and was escorted out in cuffs. Across the crowd, Tara raised her glass to me. Tara's obsession with that world started with Wyatt's constant brainwashing. Only by squeezing and could they stand firm in Los Angeles. Yet he'd gift her the handbags I'd thrown away, then scold her for still failing to fit in after all this time. When she accidentally got pregnant, he drugged her into a miscarriage just to curry favor with my father. Once love for him died, only hatred was left. I joined Vance so Tara could stay by his side and feed me evidence. After Wyatt learned my pregnancy was fake, he ran back to Tara. 7 years together, he never thought she'd turn. Overconfidence is Wyatt's trademark. Collecting proof became child's play. When I took control of the equity, I bought up land, including the property Wyatt gave my father. The projects I funneled to him were riddled with legal holes. He was too smug. Never doubted a single clause. That commemorative property he gave Dad. Shady money laundering vehicle. So I'm returning the gift. Simple. Serena, you won. I know. I engineered every frame of this film. Of course I know. Multiple charges earned Wyatt a 15-year sentence. I also submitted the security footage of him beating me, unaltered. My bruises weren't for nothing. Tara's smart. She knew when to cut her losses. After Wyatt went and she moved back home. Serena, you're incredible. Then she whispered a secret in my ear. I pulled Jasper out of my block list. I want to use you one more time. Interested? Make it a lifetime gig. Jasper was the one who saved me. No wonder Shannon looked stunned when we met. She knew her brother had pined for me for years. Actually, I realized the night we set off sparklers on the beach. While Jasper slept, I slipped off the wrist guard he always wore. Underneath were jagged scars. I'd blocked him to keep him clear of the fallout. Anyone who angers me will face me personally. Thanks for listening to today's story. If you liked it, please like and share with friends. We look forward to reading your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more gripping tales. See you next time.